What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell, Beyonce?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I thank you for coming back to all my repeat people.
Oh my gosh, you guys! I just want to thank y'all so much.
Today we're discussing entrepreneurship. And the reason I'm bringing this topic up, a lot of people think it's easy to be an entrepreneur. And unfortunately so, it is 10 times more work to be an entrepreneur than to go work a regular job. But let's take a look at some of these videos.
Everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. Everyone wants to work their own hours, work on their own time.
Most people aren't built for entrepreneurship.
If you're going to start a business, you have to know that don't think you're going to turn your phone off at 5.
I always laugh at people who say that they want to be a business owner because they have time freedom. This is a really nice thing to think about, but it is not real in practice. The time freedom that you have, meaning nobody is telling you that you have to work, nobody is telling you when you show up, actually means that you have to show up earlier and stay later and never shut off the responsibility, because it is all your responsibility. It is not just showing up and having no risk. You actually have to show up every single day, take on enormous amounts of risk because it's your responsibility. And right now, if you work for somebody else, you can hate your boss and you can go home and do whatever the hell you want to do while still hating your boss. Imagine if you owned a business, you hate your boss because they're a jerk and they are demanding, and they might even be a little bit lazy, and your boss is you. You don't get to take a break from yourself. You go to work with that person and you go home with that person. It is the same person. You are your own boss.
Great way to start this off, but yes, you are your own boss. So it's all dependent on your initiative. If you're a person that likes to take the initiative and get things done on a regular basis, like I'm doing here.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Then you're gonna reap the rewards. That's all it is. You're gonna reap the rewards because you have to do a mundane task repeatedly. And while other people may see it as crazy, you, on the other hand, you know what the future holds. Entrepreneurship is not as easy as people make it seem. It is something that you have to really dial yourself in. Like right now I'm doing commission-based only work. I have to lock into that to make some type of income. I sell insurance, so it is dependent on me as to what I reap. And that's something you got to think about when you're doing anything to get money on your own. You're generating the money yourself. It can be very rewarding, but comes with a lot of hustle, a lot of grit, and you just got to be able to lock it in.
Break the cycle, Morty. Rise above.
If you own a business, you'll know exactly what I mean when I say this. If you don't own a business, this is the harsh truth of owning a business. One day, you won't hear nothing. Your phone is just crickets. No phone calls aside from your guys and your spouse. The next day, your phone is just blowing up like crazy. I didn't get one phone call yesterday. Put me down in the dumps. Pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Today, I drove from my shop to Home Depot, which is about 10 to 15 minutes, and I was on the phone the entire time. Got into Home Depot, got 3 phone calls, scheduled about 4 estimates within about a 30-minute span. So if you're looking into getting into owning a business, just look forward to that. Your life is going to be highs and lows, but in the end, it's all worth it because you get to work for yourself, you get to delegate your own schedule, you get to help people out, and life is just way better. Peace out.
When it comes to his situation, I was there too. I used to own my own junk removal demolition business, and yes, exactly that. You'll have high days where I would get, 10 customers in one day. I'm scrambling around the city trying to make as much money as possible. And then you have days where it was completely silent. But that's what comes with having a business. You're going to have the highs and the lows. The thing is financial literacy. Now, if you have financial literacy, obviously you're going to be able to hold money and stretch it for the duration of time that you're not receiving work. And this is things that you have to be privy to before doing this, because if you don't have that skill, or if you can't fix your mind to be like that, this is going to be a terrible time for you.
I'm in danger.
Most people aren't built for entrepreneurship because they make way bigger deals out of things that shouldn't be. They can't handle the ups and downs. They can't emotionally take it. They can't live with what ifs and unknowns, right? And your success is going to be in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty that you're able to live with. All right. So if you're not able to live with uncertainty and you're not able to tolerate the ebbs and flows and you can't figure out how to get better, you can't do it, dude. It's impossible because it's such a hard road. Like the road to building something real. I'm not talking about some internet funnel bullshit that you sell some widget. I'm talking about building a real company. I'm talking about building something that's sustainable. I'm talking about building something that has actual valuable equity on the back end that you can retire on or you can sell or you can take care of your family with. That's hard. And there's a reason why most people can't do it. And it's because they don't have the emotional resiliency to deal with it.
If you're going to start a business, you have to know that don't think you're going to turn your phone off at 5 because that's not a thing. It's not a thing. And if you turn your phone off at 5, don't expect a successful business. So I think, look, I'm that person anyway. My thoughts annoyingly come to me at night and I really have to make a conscious effort. Like I sleep with my phone outside the room now. But I think you just have to know that, like, don't expect to make money for the first period of time. If you break even, that's good. And yeah, I just really think, no, you have to be all in. Like I speak to like some of my sister's friends and they want to, we want to start a business, we think we should do this. But you know, do you actually? And that's not being patronizing. That's like, you're not going to make an Instagram page for it and it's going to be a success overnight and you're going to post a few pretty pictures. It takes everything.
When it came to me first starting that one business with the junk removal, right? And anybody that's young watching this, please go start one of those businesses. That's one of the most lucrative businesses you and your friends can do to make some money on the side. And that's some free game for you. Back to what I was saying. When it comes to her situation and, you know, having your phone on all the time, that was one of the hardest things for me to do. Because I'm an introverted person. I'm like an omnivert. I'm a person that can be extroverted and introverted. It's really hard for me to pick which one I want to be that day. So that's something you're going to have to deal with, you know, picking up the phone and actually talking to a client. And sometimes your brain can put scenarios in your head so you already think something's going to be what it's not. When doing great business with people or being an upstanding business owner, you'll get repeat business and you'll get referrals. That is one of the number one things when doing something like, a service business is referrals. And that depends on you. If you're a good person, people like your attitude, they like how you are, your professionalism, you're gonna reap rewards. And that's a fact.
What's your advice to entrepreneurs out there looking to make a life for themselves with a business?
Get ready to fail multiple times. Only a third of people can actually make it through entrepreneurship because it's incredibly hard. And if you can't handle that, don't try. Growing a business is almost impossible. It's not get rich overnight. It's going to take years. It's best to be an entrepreneur in your 20s. You have this horrible decision about the balance of time in your life. It's very hard to do it later on.
Your business has to be what you eat, breathe, and sleep. You have to think about it all the time. Like with this YouTube page in particular, it's on my mind every single day while I work, while I'm chilling. Regardless, I'm always thinking about what's next, what I'm doing next, and how I'm building this brand, this business. It takes that effort. It takes you working all day long. And that's why these people say the hours are so long. It's not a 40-hour week. No, not at all. It's going to be 70 plus. If you're really serious about it, you're going to be putting in that overtime to figure out what you're doing wrong, learning the whole process, and bettering yourself each and every single day. Just like you're watching these videos, I'm getting better each and every single day.
Social media glamorizes entrepreneurship and running a business so much because no one really shows like, hey, here's me working on my desk for 8 days in a row. You don't really get weekends. There's not like Saturdays or Sundays don't exist. I haven't left the house in 4 days and I've only hit the gym once in the last 5 days. I've probably had a collective 3 meals maybe, all ordered on Uber Eats by the way. And I probably had 100 Zins and 10 protein bars. I'm barely getting any. You guys can probably see it in my eyes. I'm like a World War II shell-shock veteran. If you want good shit out of life and you want to live like a really rich person that does a bunch of cool shit, you're gonna have periods where you're killing yourself for work. And that's what it is. No one really shows that. It's all, here's the Lambo and college is a scam. You know what's a scam? Entrepreneurship. How the am I content with avoiding a 9 to 5 when I'm working 7 to 3 a.m., bro? That makes no sense.
Building a business and building a brand is the hardest thing that you will ever do, but it is also the greatest personal development journey you will ever go on. You constantly have to push yourself out of your comfort zone. You constantly have to do things that scare you. You constantly have to be open to failing and getting things wrong and be on a continuous learning journey. That takes guts and it's hard. Once you get to a place where you have built something that you never ever imagined that you could ever do, honestly, the most incredible feeling. It is just amazing.
She is right. The highs and the lows, but the highs are really high, guys. Like when you start to see your stuff flourish, you see the growth in yourself. That is an amazing feeling that comes from being a business owner, an entrepreneur. This is what I'm going through right now. I'm evolving as I do this channel. Every day I am literally learning something new, and it brings happiness to my soul.
Change is good.
Because I feel like I'm actually getting somewhere. I'm not working towards another person's dream. Well, guys, I appreciate you coming back. Don't forget to subscribe and leave some likes, leave some comments. Let's have some discussion, guys. I want to know what you think about entrepreneurship. Watch this last video, and I'll see you on the next one.
Everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. Everyone wants to work their own hours, work on their own time. It's great when it's good, but it's terrible when it's bad. I think that with entrepreneurship, you have to have this elite level of self-assurance, being able to trust in your own talents, trust in your own ability. That is a hard thing to do, especially when you're at rock bottom. And each and every one of you, when you get to a moment in which you're at the bottom, it's a test, I promise you. And if you choose to hold on just a little bit longer, you'll be grateful that you made that decision.